I'm sure many of you know, but the Extreme Force sneak peek is Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and I couldn't be more excited. Now, I know a lot of people don't like sneak peeks, and that's perfectly fine, and it does kind of make sense, because in my case, I'm basically driving 1 hour, spending the time to do that, and also the gas money to get there, to get packs at face value, and it's just a week early. It doesn't really make that much sense in the grand scheme of things, but I do like getting the cards a week earlier, and then it prevents me from having to go out a second time when the set actually drops and then buying like a box or something. I just enjoy going to sneak peeks. I think it's a fun event, and I'm excited for the Extreme Force one, believe it or not. I know the set isn't that great, and I also know that almost all the good cards in the set are actually TCG exclusives or OCG imports, which is kind of funny. The core set's pretty garbage. But anyway, I'm excited for the sneak peek, and I'm going to be going there this weekend on Sunday. And in today's video, I want to talk about all the cards that I'm looking to pick up there. And my list is probably going to differ from your list, although I think some of them might have some overlap. So let me know in the comments which picks on my list you agree with, or which cards you want to pick up at your sneak peek, whether or not you want to pull them or try to trade for them or buy them from other players. That's completely up to you, but these are the things that I'm looking for. So first of all, Gem Knight Phantom Quartz. I think you all know that I like Gem Knights a lot. Well, some of you probably just know that I like Brilliant Fusion a lot, but the original reason that I bought Brilliant Fusion back when it was like 50 cents a copy when the set first dropped that it came in, I bought it for Gem Knights. Gem Knights got a lot of support in that set. They got Brilliant Fusion, they got Absorb Fusion, they got Lady Brilliant Diamond, and I loved playing Gem Knights for a really long time, and when those cards got released, I was excited to pick them up again. So I actually have an entire Gem Knight deck. I almost took it to a regional, but I ended up not going to that regional. But I posted a whole bunch of builds back when Brilliant Fusion first came out. That was before people were really splashing it into different decks, and I loved it right from the get-go. Obviously, that's why we're here today. But yeah, I want to pick up the Gem Knight guy. I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited for all the Block Dragon combos, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Gem Knights when you have access to such a good Searcher card. It's really sort of the missing link to a lot of Gem Knight combos. Missing link, I just realized this link monster. Wow, what a great pun. But yeah, I think that card's gonna be really cool, and I want to play Gem Knight some more, so I want to pick up that card. It's also not gonna be too tricky because it's only super rare, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to, I'm not even trying to pronounce the name, it's like Isolde or Isold, but the Noble Knights link monster I'm excited for. I like this card a lot, so I'm not gonna play it in Noble Knights. That's not really what I plan on doing, but I do want to play it in Phantom Knights. Now, many of you have seen me sort of mess around with this sort of Blackluster Soldier Phantom Knight deck, and this card fits into it perfectly. The reason being, you can make, like, you can summon an Ancient Cloak, you can special Boots from your hand, and then make this guy so that not only puts both of your Phantom Knights in the graveyard so you can use their search effects, which is awesome, but it also can literally just search Blackluster Soldier, and that's crazy. The last time that I really was able to search Blackluster Soldier, Envoy the Beginning, was way back in Spirits. The old school combo that I used was making a Lavalval Chain while you had a Spirit monster face up, use Lavalval Chain to stack a BLS while detaching a Nikitama, and that would get you an instant draw of that Blackluster Soldier. That combo hasn't worked for a while now that Lavalval Chain has been banned, but I am excited to play this card because the appeal of sort of a one-card link summon that is not only adding a BLS to your hand, but also getting you 2 Surges in the process just seems absolutely ridiculous to me, and it's probably not going to be the most competitive deck that I build, but I do think it's going to be a cool addition to a strategy that I know and love very much. Next up, I think this is the biggest chase card of the set for a lot of people. I am looking forward to picking up Heavy Metal Foe's Electromite. This card's incredible and will probably be a huge force on the competitive scene, assuming Konami doesn't just absolutely slaughter Pendulum Editions on the hopefully soonish ban list that's coming out. We have no sort of guaranteed date for the ban list, but I would imagine that it's going to come out pretty soon, if not the day that this video is uploaded, although that would be pretty crazy, and it's probably not going to happen. I'm being a little too optimistic there, but there haven't really been that many events, and there aren't really that many events for the rest of January that I know of, because sneak peeks are this weekend and there's not really any regionals that week. So the regional season of 2018 really kicks off next weekend, not this coming weekend, and that's when I personally am going to be going to a ton of events. So I've mentioned it on a couple live streams, but I'm going to 3 regionals in the month of February and also potentially YCS Atlanta. So once this weekend starts, I have sort of 5 weekends where I'm traveling every single weekend, and I think that Konami knows people are sick of Spiral format. And beyond that, people are sick of Pendulum Editions, I think. Personally, I'm sick of playing against Pendulum Editions. I don't think the deck is very fun to play against. I actually, and this is going to surprise some people, but I truly would rather play Spirals every single round than I would rather play Pendulum Editions. Pendulum Editions are just super, I don't know, they're stale kind of to me. We've had them for a while now, a lot longer than we had Spirals competitive, and they've always sort of been the second best deck. There was a brief period of time after the Zoo cards got hit and before the Spirals came out that they were the best deck, but they have always been around since they came out, and I'm just sick of playing against them. So hopefully Konami deals with them in some way. This isn't a ban list prediction video, but I'm just, hopefully Konami hits those cards, and that makes Heavy Metal Foes Electromite not just like completely and utterly broken, because at the moment in the OCG, this card is just wrecking everyone. But I still want this card. I'm not going to be playing it in Pendulum Missions, though. I'm excited to just play this card in Metal Foes. I think Metal Foes are really fun. You guys might remember that I played them a lot right before the Link summoning rules went into effect, because I think they're really awesome, and they also can take advantage of my favorite, or one of my favorite search spells in the game, Painful Decision. I love that card's artwork so much. My friend actually gave me a super rare OCG copy as sort of like a collector's item. That card is so cool, and I love it, and it's really, Metal Foes are the only deck that you can actually play that card in, so I am excited to try that deck out with Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. You know, Metal Foes might not be the best deck to play it in, which is kind of ironic because it's a Metal Foes card, but it certainly will be a fun addition to a deck that's maybe playing 3 Rescue Rabbit and 3 Rescue Hamster and just some crazy stuff. But more on that later. We'll have to update that deck probably on a live stream after hopefully eventual ban list comes out. Anyway, I'm also looking forward kind of to picking up Doolittle Chimera. I believe this card is a rare, so it's not going to be hard to pick up. I'm only looking to pick up like 1 copy. I think these cards are just good in general. And when I mean these cards, I'm talking about like Mrs. Radiant and Mistar Boy and now Doolittle Chimera. I think all the attribute 2 material link monsters are just good pickups in general because they can go in pretty much any deck down the line. This card can be played in that Metal Foes deck, although most likely you're going to want to make Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, but there might be some situations where you make Doolittle Chimera instead. Not entirely sure yet, but I think this card is just like too good not to have. All these link monsters that are just so ridiculously generic are just good to have just in case you need to build a deck that you want to put them in, but you can't fit any other link monsters in. Playing like 2 copies of whatever attribute link monster and then 1 proxy dragon seems like such a great idea. Just a really simple 3 link cards in your extra deck just to sort of even out your ability to summon more extra deck monsters than just 1 at a time. So I am looking to pick up that card, but that's just like a really low want. I am, though, probably the cards I am most looking forward to picking up are all of the FA cards. Now, I've complained about Vendreads and I've sort of praised FAs because FA's got 4 insane cards in this set. The Synchro Monster, I mean, it's a good card. It's not like the best card, but the other 3 cards, the Field Spell, the Quick Play Spell, and the Tuner Monster are just crazy. I mean, I'm going to do so many fun things with FAs, and I have to have those cards. They're so cool. I wish they weren't all common. That's kind of disappointing. At least UAs were mostly rares, but the FAs, to my knowledge, are all common, which makes the deck look kind of boring, but I'm still excited to actually play this deck in person because FAs really weren't playable before this set, and then suddenly Vendreads and FAs have completely switched spots because Vendreads were a lot more playable, although I mentioned the Vendread review video, that's mostly due to the fact that they're zombie ritual monsters, not due to their actual core effects. But now FAs, I mean, they got so many cool cards. I'm just really excited to play that deck. So those are like my top wants, and also the easiest cards to get, which is kind of funny. But I want all those FA cards. I want 3 of all of them, and I'm going to be testing out a whole bunch of decks, most likely on live streams once Dueling Book finally updates the database with all the new support. Also, this one's kind of random. I don't have an OTS store near me. I don't really go to locals anymore. Actually, most locals around me have been canceled over the years. My city's kind of like a curse. I think we had like 7 or 8 locals canceled within like 6 years. Just crazy. But the one thing I want to pick up, because we are going to an OTS for the sneak peek, is I want to try to get the Lost Art Monster Reborn. Many of you may have remember like John's channel and Alex's channel, sorry, House of Champs and Simo talking about the Lost Art promotion. It's a pretty big deal. Basically, if you spend $30 at an OTS store in any given month, you're given the Lost Art card of that month. And the very first one is Monster Reborn. So it has these sort of old OCG artwork that we've never gotten before, and I really want that card. And if that store is giving that promotion, they should have the card by then, because it'll be February 3rd, I think is Saturday or Sunday. So they should have that card already, because February is the first month, and I will absolutely be glad to spend $30 at their store to get that card artwork, because I think it's a really cool thing that Konami's doing, and I want to support an OTS store that I know. So that's another thing that I'm looking for. And then lastly, because this card is probably maybe even more hyped than Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, I'm looking to pick up Scramble Egg. And I think that, okay, I can't even joke about it. Yeah, I mean, Scramble Egg must be really good, right, guys? Because if Konami put that card in the set instead of the BA Link Monster or Subterra Guru or Needle Fiber or Fight for Patchwork, it must just be absolutely insane, right? No, I'm not going to be. Anytime I pull Scramble Egg, I'm just going to rip it in half, because it's ridiculous that we're actually getting that dumb card instead of any of the 4 cards that I just listed, or any other number of OCG imports that we probably should have gotten. And I'm not going to make a dedicated video knocking on Scrambled Eggs. I know a lot of people are, and that meme is already dead. But yeah, it's just screw Scrambled Egg. It's just the worst choice ever, and it's I can't believe that's in the set. It's so stupid. We have 9 Link Reigns cards and then 1 Scramble Egg from 5D0. Like, what are you doing, Konami? It's so out of touch with the community. I've praised you for giving us like Brilliant Fusion and Ultimate Rare and making really cool reprint sets last year, and then you gave us Scramble Egg. How am I supposed to defend someone that prints Scramble Egg? I can't talk about this card anymore. Anyway, that's everything that I'm looking for the sneak peek besides the Scramble Egg. Let me know what you guys are looking for. I think it's going to be an exciting event. Even if, I mean, if you notice, I only listed 1 card from the main set, and it's the least important card that I'm looking for. I think the core 80 cards is actually really lackluster compared to the last couple sets. And just in general, the Reigns era of packs have been pretty underwhelming outside of a couple cards. It's very different from what we saw like early 2017, where Raging Tempest gave us a ton of great new cards, and then Maximum Crisis also gave us a ton of new great cards that were in the core set. And this time we're really not seeing that, and hopefully the Reigns packs really pick up momentum and give us some cards that aren't crappy. Otherwise, we're going to be in the situation where Konami's forced to give us chase cards like Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, which weren't even supposed to be in the set, proving kind of that the core set is just really underwhelming. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.